Hi guys, today we'll be talking about the over temperature protection feature of the Midnite Classic Charge Controller. Now, this feature requires that a temperature sensor be connected to your Classic, and it's an important feature for both lithium and lead acid alike. Well, not so much for lithium because you should have a BMS which would have that feature, but if you do have that a BMS on your lithium, then the over temperature protection on your Midnight Classic would be an added layer of protection as it relates to temperature while you charge your battery so that they don't get too hot, and you know what would happen if your lithium gets too hot. The same applies to the lead acid, and for that reason it's important to configure this feature. So let's look at how to do that. All right, let's look at how to enable over temperature protection. Ignore the holes in my Classic. I've done a little bit of customization to pretty much help with the heat issue. As you know, Midnight Classic charge controllers tend to get a little bit hot. Hence, I put some holes in mine to help for cooling. All right, so first thing you need to do is to get in the charge mode. So you click the main menu button. When you enter charge mode, under the charge menu, there's a limit option. So you navigate to limits, enter on limits, and then you click the more button, which is the right arrow, up arrow. And there you have it, the temperature protection, high battery temperature. Now, by default, this value is set at 150 or 170. And this is in degrees Celsius. So what you want to do is to take this number down to a suitable temperature that will work for your battery bank or your setup. Now, I have already changed this to 35 degrees Celsius, but to change the temperature, all you need to do is to go down the arrow or up based on the temperature you need to take it to. Now, the down arrow alone will move the number, the decimal number, and you can hold the shift button and up or down to move the whole number. So what I'm going to do is to set a battery temperature which is lower than the temperature that is coming from my temperature sensor, and that way it will shut off the charge controller and no more power will be sent to the battery. So I'm gonna do that by going down with the temperature. So right now it's at 36. So I'm gonna enter that, and I'm gonna go back to the main menu and look at what the temperature is that is coming from the battery. So to go to the main, to see the temperature, you navigate from the main menu. So if you were on the main screen, you're on the main screen of the Classic. Enter once to get into the main menu. You navigate to the right, press the right button, then you get the temps, then you enter, and there you see the battery temperature is now at 30 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to take this temperature down to about 29, anything under 30, and it will cut off the power. But first, let's look at what is coming in. We have 12 amp coming in from the panels now, 300 and something, 380 something watts. All right, let's go in. It's a 24 volt system, by the way. So let's go in main menu. So whenever you go in the main menu, if you are not on charge, you could press main menu a couple of times to get you on the charge menu. Then you enter on the charge. Remember that the temperature is under charge. Then you go to limits, enter, then more, and then we can go down with this. Now remember to go down, change the whole number, you press shift and go down. We're going down to 29 or 28. Anything under what is there now. Let's do that again. So you hear that click? That's because the relay switches the Classic off. So enter, and then status to take you back to the main screen, and you notice that the Classic is now resting. So that is how you manage the temperature. So what we could do is set a temperature that is reasonably close to what you know you want the Classic to shut off at, and that will limit the charge. And once it gets to that temperature, it will stop charging the battery. So I'm going to go back in and reset my temperature limit at the 35 that it was. So I'm on the same menu, under charge, under limits, more, up, 35, shift to go up to the whole number. So I can go from there, enter, click. All right, let's go back out. All right, that did not take effect. Let me go back in, enter. There it goes. Sometimes that happens with the Classics. You need to enter the option a couple of times, and there it starts charging again. And that is how you manage the temperature to protect your batteries. Right, so that's how you configure the over temperature protection in the Midnite Classic Charge Controller. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.